Welcome to the X-Pro podcast, where we light cigarettes in the dark, then throw it at the propaganda. In this episode, Holy Land Bloody Lies, the story you must ignore. We will read the told story and take a long sarcastic sniff at what's hidden inside. Serious, twisted myths, political scams, colonization morals, and spiritual habits gone wrong.
It's not a history class. It's shiny lights that make occupation look like a holy nation. Our goal is to confuse your blind spots, to harm your heart by truth, to let you talk with yourself like a crazy features.
You know, I always thought Jews were one people, like united by trauma, Torah, and maybe bagel stand.
Yeah, except they don't even agree on what bagels should look like. Ashkenazi Jews, Sephardic Jews, Ethiopian Jews, they might as well be different nations arguing over hummus recipes.
Marketing. Zionism turned a scattered religious group into a nation overnight. Boom. Instant unity. Just add nationalism and move to the front.
Zionism is about as religious as a casino on Yom Kippur. It was built by European seculars, many of whom didn't believe in God, but totally believed in colonizing someone else's land.
So, Israel. It's just a holy land project? They converted their religion into nationality, and then they say they belong to Palestine. Imagine if Muslims started to see their region as a nation start to make protests they want their lands back from Spain to India. I think the world will call this bullshit. So why United Nations accept as ideas when Jew do it? Fuck this world order. We need a new one.
Occupied land, not promised land, permitted by Balfour, funded by guilt, and protected by the Pentagon. Like if the whole world is slave for Jews, no need to ask other nations if they agree or no.
They keep saying they found the temple hidden under Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Yeah, right next to the lost city of Atlantis. They've been digging for decades and found nothing, but maybe if they dig hard enough, the mosque will accidentally collapse. Archaeology sponsored by airstrikes.
Zionism really changed Jewish identity, huh?
Completely. It took a spiritual tradition and turned it into a soldier factory.
Palestine issue is deeper than religious fight. It's not Moses versus Muhammad. It's occupation versus resistance, tanks versus kids with rocks. But calling it a religious conflict makes it sound like a philosophical debate instead of colonialism in HD. But don't they say God gave us this land?
Funny how God keeps giving land with good water sources and oil pipelines. Divine GPS must really love real estate.
So, how do you make genocide look polite? DIY step 1, call people human animals. Step 2, flatten their homes and say it's self-defense. Step 3, call any person as terror or threatening the national security if he stand against genocide. Because they are terrors and Israel have the right to defend itself. Bullshit! But Western government are fair and enlightened enough to reject genocide? They will refuse this?
Yeah, fair enough to tweet peace quotes while supporting Israel? Enlightened enough to sell weapons to terrorists as worse as ISIS Jews?
In the end, Israel is just like any normal country and has the right to defend itself. People can invest in it or support it.
Sure. If normal means it was created by colonial powers, survives on U.S. tax, and has nuclear weapons, at the same time uniting bullshit refuses the countries near this normal country to have advanced weapons, U.S. is ready to make genocide, not just sanctions, in Middle Eastern country if they develop their defense abilities so they protect themselves from Israel. I only blame the non-Western influential nations when they accept this bullshit.
Exactly. They control how the story will be told before they even launch a missile. If your mind is colonized, your land is next.
Criticizing Zionism isn't hating Jews. It's like criticizing the sushi and being accused of hating Japanese. Bullshit!
So, not all Jews are Zionists, and hating cheese doesn't mean hating pizza.
The stomach pain is in these questions. How people agree with Israel and Pentagon when they say we fight terrorists in Palestine, and how United Nations accept this. How countries like Russia, China, North Korea, and more influential nations let them do this. Israel and Pentagon don't think twice before bombing civilians. Like if they are the king of this world order. Like if they are the reference that all nations learn from it. What is good and what is bad.
We must stop them or we should change this world order.
You've been listening to X Pro Podcast, Dark Side of Truth. We don't say positive words. We say reality with extra sarcasm. Subscribe for more laughs and pain.